Hey y'all, it's Steve, Hobo with Wood, and this video is going to recap what we've been doing for the past little while and have some more fun with some lanterns. A few of you have seen the lantern files I did. This is the Halloween file. We'll explain everything that's going on with those in the website and show you what I've been doing today. Hang around. Okay, so I'm a bit of a mess today. I've been putting in some long hours in the shop and trying to get pretty for you, and that's a full-time job. So anyone who has already either downloaded the free template lantern file and purchased either of the Halloween or the winter scene and have the corrupt versions that LightBurn graced me with, I do have the files corrected, and they are corrected on the website. But the website has taken longer to get straightened out than I thought it would. The previous registers of my website domains made it very difficult for me to get those transferred and put under one name, one umbrella, and then get everything straightened out. But they are now transferred, and I am in the process of getting that all working like it's supposed to. And once that's done, you should be able to access your accounts properly, emails go out properly. But if you have downloaded any of these files, the winter, the template, or the Halloween lantern file, and do not have a corrected version as of yet, if you want that as soon as possible, instead of waiting for me to get this website all working, which should be by middle of the week now, is what they're telling me, send me an email to hobowithwood@gmail.com. Right there, hobowithwood@gmail.com, and I'll send you out. Make sure you include the correct name and or email address that you used when you purchased or downloaded the files originally. I'll verify your downloads and send you the non-corrupt files. Just be sure you delete any previous versions of those files so that when you download these, it doesn't question, do you want to override them or not, and there's no confusion about which file you're opening. I made some small tweaks to them so that I could know if someone sent me a problem with the file and said, nope, that's the correct or the corrupted version. So delete the previous versions you had and then download and install the new ones. The website will be going, they say, hopefully by the middle of the week. But real quick on what I've been doing this week while I'm waiting for these websites to get straightened out. These have been very popular. Not so much the Halloween ones. I've been doing a lot of the winter scene ones. A lot of cutting and gluing because I'm putting the tissue paper like Louisiana Hobby Guy showed on his. In fact, let me grab a few of them here. This is just the regular tissue paper like you put in packing for gifts, and it's glued to the back side of it. Actually, I didn't even glue it, and then sprayed it with lacquer. But the way I actually attached these, I've got tons of these that had to be masked up and put that tissue on there. I'd take a half a dozen of them, lay them all out with just a little space between them, then take a piece of the tissue paper, a big old large piece like this, and spread it out, or make sure it would cover the entire distance of those pieces. And then take my lacquer, my spray lacquer, and spray the back sides of these lantern pieces. Put a pretty good heavy coat of lacquer on there. Then take that piece, stretch it out, and place it right down on top of those all 6 of those pieces. I'd then even take my finger and just rub it on there really good and make sure it's pressed on good and smooth. Let that dry. Come back, or actually once I got that all pressed on good and smooth, I'd go back over the whole thing, covering the tissue paper with a light coat of lacquer, the entire surface. And then let that dry for probably 30-40 minutes. And then went back at a second coat, 30-40 minutes, and then a third coat, 30-40 minutes. And now, this is not just tissue paper. This has got some pretty good, it's pretty stiff. I mean, it's I would almost equate it to like a drum skin. It's not quite that durable. You ain't gonna hit this with a drumstick, but that's what that even sounds like. It sounds like, you know, tom-tom there. And that's gonna hold up better and be a little more durable than just the regular tissue paper. I haven't found anything that allows the light to come through as well and as inexpensive as just the tissue paper. But I've been making, as you see, a lot of because those are all the side pieces for the winter scenes. I'm making a lot of those. But someone saw my video on these local, and they asked me if I could make a special edition for a fundraiser. And so I said, sure, I can do that. So I've created another lantern, and that lantern's going to be on hobowithwood.com. And a few of you will really like that because there's more than 1 or 2 Jeep fanatics out there. And this is a Jeep-themed lantern. Now, this particular Jeep-themed lantern that I did is for a fundraiser and a Jeep show. And it's for fundraising for childhood cancer. And the foundation is Love Like Lauren. So, in fact, just so you can get an idea, here is the template, or this is the made off of the pattern just as is. That's all cut from a single piece of 12 by 12 or 300 by 300 millimeter material. This one is what I did for the fundraiser, and a little bit different. Now, it is Jeep themed. We got the Jeep logo and just dripping in mud everywhere. Got the little Jeep, iconic Jeep grill and eyeballs. And then love with a little duck on the top of the Jeep. Another Jeep. Another love. Another Jeep. And then there's the foundation. Love Like Lauren. And this is going to go in a silent auction just to help raise money for the foundation. This is a pretty cool idea. And what I've done is I've made, of course, you wouldn't care to have that. But I've come up with a design for this Jeep lantern. And I'm not going to hold that one up, it's heavy. So that the door on the lantern, which would be here, the door is the Jeep. Just the Jeep icon, the Jeep grill at the bottom. And then for me, my personal preference on the design, I put that logo on every other one. So there's 3 Jeep logos. And then I've created, I think there was 5, at least 5 different images. In fact, let's jump in to LightBurn and take a look at the actual file. All right, so this is what all comes with the file. I've got, you won't have this Love Like Lauren, but there will be 3 of the Jeeps, 2 side pieces, the door, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different logos here. And they're all, Jeep themed. We've got the Jeep high sign, love with a Jeep as the O, a beach scene with the Jeep out on the beach and on the reef, I guess, on the rocks, because it's a little sideways, and got a little duck on the spare tire cover. Seagulls up there with the sunshine. And then we've got 2 over here. A few like it rough, I like it dirty, and the rough is all clean, the dirty's dripping in mud. And you could do the single Jeep door. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You could put all of those on one lantern, but I did that, and to me, it was just too busy. There was no rhyme or reason. It was an unsure. I mean, it was all Jeep, but it just didn't look good. It was too busy, in my opinion. So I thought, you know what? I'll offer this file available like this, and then you can take this file and use this. And if you do like I did with the Love Like Lauren, you use the Jeeps as one image on 3 sides, and then use any one of these for the other 3 sides, and then you can make 5 different lanterns from this same file, and or any other combination of those. You can make a ton of different lanterns with this. So one file, and you can create a whole inventory of Jeep lanterns. Now, back to my large, this was done with the same file. This one single piece is about 10.5 inches tall. So I was able to rip my boards. I made this out of 5mm plywood, and I was able to rip my boards down to 10-inch by 10-inch pieces, and was able to cut everything. I haven't finished the bottom yet, but I've got my name and logo on the bottom. But that was all cut out of a single piece. Each of the side pieces, they weren't 10 by 10. I did them like 10 by 5. I cut them down so I didn't have any waste, and then cut out all of the top duck and the pieces, the belt, all of that out of one 10 by 10 piece. So just scale the file up, and you're able to make this thing as big. I wouldn't go any smaller than the original size, because the details begin to get lost and tough and fragile. But you can make this thing as big as your work bed can handle. So look for the new Jeep design on hobowithwood.com. If you have not received, and you really want, like the winter scene, unless you're planning on me making a bunch of those and you're trying to get ready before Christmas time, if you can wait 3 or 4 days, that's going to be coming out to everyone who's bought it just as soon as we get this. I think we're probably going to go with MailChimp and get all the emails working correctly. But we're getting closer and closer to Halloween, so if you downloaded the Halloween file and you want that now instead of waiting 3 or 4 days, and somebody just bought something, thank you. If you'll send me that email at hobowithwood@gmail.com, include your name and email that you downloaded the file with, and I will send you the non-corrupt file. So that's where we're at. Look forward to the new and improved, fully functional hobowithwood.com. I never would have guessed that I would have had this much traffic to hobowithwood.com this soon. It has blown up beyond my belief, and I was trying to do that myself. And while I've got a pretty good grasp on LightBurn and lasers, the functionality of lasers, not the technical part of lasers, I'm still lost and learning on WordPress and websites. So I've got a professional helping me out now. We're going to get this thing professional so we can be professional. So jump over to hobowithwood.com. Do not create an account until I make another video saying, hey, everything's working, and then, because you can go in and look and buy as a guest and not have to worry about any of that. And you shouldn't have any problem by doing it strictly as a guest. And I'll let you know as soon as everything's fully functional, and you can go to setting up your accounts. All right, guys, thank you for your support. It's now Friday. Yeah, Friday. I thought last night was Friday. Whew. I'm out of here. I've been spraying lacquer, and I don't know where I'm at. Y'all have a good one. Thank you for your support.